I want my life to make a difference. I want my life to make a change.
It may have been 30 years ago, but there are a few things about my confirmation that I will never forget. The red roses sitting on the altar. I'll never forget the girl named Casey who stood beside me as we affirmed our faith. And I'll never forget walking out of church that day with my very own pack of envelopes. As I carried those envelopes home, I couldn't help but think about how my parents, on the first Saturday of each month, would sit around the kitchen table. They would have just deposited their paychecks from the month before, and now they got out the bills, the mortgage and the utilities, the bill from the Y because I insisted on taking an art class there every single Saturday morning. But before they even opened those bills, they would pull out 4 offering envelopes from their box, write 4 checks for the upcoming Sundays of the next month, put the checks into the offering envelopes, and then set them up on the kitchen counter, leaning against the toaster, ready for us when we would pick them up and take them to church, dropping them in the offering plate that Sunday. But now I had my own envelopes, and so every Tuesday when I returned home from babysitting the 4 little boys down the block, I would unroll that small wad of cash, take 2 $1 bills, stick them in the envelope, and then my envelope too got to sit up there leaning against the toaster until Sunday morning. And I loved that because I felt part of something bigger than just myself. Even if it was $2, I felt like I was making a difference. I was able to give back to this congregation that had taught me so many things and loved me for so long. And yet, we all know that as we get older, life gets more complicated. I got married and I had kids and I had bills of my own. Lots of reasons not to put money in that offering envelope first. My goodness, we had diapers to pay for. We had our own mortgage. Besides, we went to a large church. There were lots of other people. They could carry us for a while. There wasn't that much money left. And I'll be honest, it's true that there were times during that period of our life that we waited until the end of the month in order to put money in the offering envelope. And I never felt judged for that, not even for a minute. I have learned that when my gift to the church becomes the first thing out of my check each month, it reminds me how important it is to feel a part of something bigger, bigger than myself, bigger than my family. That it's a privilege to be called upon to make a difference. And we make a difference in so many ways, through our relationships with one another and our service to our neighbor, but also through the way that we share our financial resources to help carry out God's mission in the world. And even when it's difficult to trust that there's going to be enough money at the end of the month, when I am successful at being a first fruits giver, it changes something inside of me. And I like that change very, very much.